Your dog curls into a tight ball every night, paws tucked under their chest, nose buried in their tail. You think it's just how they get comfortable. But what if that position is actually a window into something deeper? Something about trust, about how safe they feel in your home, about the relationship you've built together. Subscribe to the channel because what you're about to learn will change the way you see every moment your dog closes their eyes around you. Number 1. The tight ball position. When your dog sleeps curled into a compact ball, body wrapped around itself like a cinnamon roll, they're doing something that reaches back millions of years into their evolutionary path. Research from canine behavioral scientists shows this position serves a specific survival function. It protects vital organs, conserves body heat, and allows for quick mobilization if danger appears. Watch closely, and you'll notice their muscles stay slightly engaged, never fully relaxing into the floor. Their breathing remains shallow, their ears twitch at small sounds, their eyes move rapidly beneath closed lids. This isn't the sleep of an animal at peace. This is vigilance, wrapped in rest. Dogs who consistently choose this position, even in homes where they've lived for years, are telling you something about their internal state. They haven't fully released the need to protect themselves. The environment might be objectively safe, but their nervous system hasn't received that message yet. Studies published in animal behavior journals confirm what this means. Dogs sleeping in tight balls experience less REM sleep, the restorative phase where emotional processing happens, where memories consolidate, where the body truly heals. When your dog chooses this position night after night, they're showing you that somewhere deep in their biology, they're still waiting for the other shoe to drop, still holding a portion of themselves back from complete surrender. Number 2. The side sleeper position. Now watch what happens when your dog flops onto their side. Legs extended, belly partially exposed, head resting flat against the floor. Their whole body goes slack. You can see their ribs expand and contract with deep, steady breaths. Their paws might twitch as they dream, running through invisible fields, chasing phantom rabbits across landscapes only they can see. This is REM sleep, the kind that only happens when an animal feels genuinely safe. Researchers studying canine sleep patterns have found that side sleeping requires a massive neurological shift, a conscious release of the protective mechanisms that keep wild canines alive. Your dog's ancestors couldn't afford this position in the wild, because exposed bellies mean exposed organs, and exposed organs mean vulnerability to predators. When your dog chooses to sleep on their side in your presence, they're making a declaration. They've calculated the risk and found it acceptable. They've assessed the environment, factored in your presence, and decided that nothing in this moment requires them to maintain defensive readiness. Ethologists note that dogs who regularly side sleep show lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone that floods the body during perceived threats. The side position isn't just comfortable, it's medicinal. It's the posture of an animal whose parasympathetic nervous system has finally overridden the sympathetic, whose body has permission to stop scanning for danger and start the deep repair work that happens only in profound rest. Number 3. The belly-up Superman. Some dogs take it further. They flip completely onto their backs, legs splayed in 4 directions like a starfish, belly fully exposed to the ceiling, sometimes with their tongue lolling out the side of their mouth in a way that would be comical if it wasn't so meaningful. This position is vulnerability taken to its absolute limit. In the wild, no canine with functioning survival instincts would expose their throat and abdomen this way. Those are kill zones, the areas predators target first because damage there is swift and final. Yet your dog does this freely, sometimes in the middle of the afternoon sun, sometimes in the exact center of your living room floor. Behavioral scientists studying wolf packs have documented that belly exposure occurs only in the presence of trusted pack members, and even then, only when the animal is certain of their safety within the group hierarchy. When your dog sleeps belly up in your home, they're not just relaxed, they're making a statement about power dynamics. They trust that you won't exploit their vulnerability. They trust that nothing in your home will harm them while they're in this defenseless state. Studies from canine cognition researchers reveal something else. Dogs who sleep belly up in family spaces are often the most socially confident, the ones who've internalized their place in the household structure and found it secure. This isn't submission, though it might look similar. This is the opposite. This is an animal so certain of their safety that they can afford to broadcast their most vulnerable position to the entire household without fear of consequence. Number 4. The cuddle sleeper. Pay attention to the dog who can't sleep unless they're touching you. They press their back against your leg, or rest their head on your foot, or curl into the curve of your body on the couch. Even a few inches of separation makes them restless. They'll shift and resettle until some part of their body makes contact with some part of yours. Research into canine social bonding shows this behavior activates the same neural pathways that bond mothers to infants across mammalian species. When your dog's skin touches yours, both of you experience a release of oxytocin, the hormone that creates feelings of attachment and safety. But there's something else happening that most owners miss. Your dog isn't just seeking comfort. They're regulating their nervous system through your presence. Studies published in animal physiology journals have demonstrated that dogs sleeping in physical contact with trusted humans show synchronized heart rates and breathing patterns. Your steady heartbeat becomes a biological metronome that calms their own. The warmth of your body tells them at a cellular level that they're not alone, that the pack is intact, that the social bonds they depend on for survival remain strong. Dogs who choose contact sleeping often experienced early life bonding with littermates, learning that physical closeness equals safety before their eyes even opened. When they seek that same closeness with you, they're extending the most fundamental form of trust they know, the kind that says your presence makes them more complete than your absence ever could. Number 5. The burrower. Then there's the dog who won't sleep on top of the blankets but insists on getting under them, who tunnels into piles of laundry, who excavates the couch cushions to create a cave, who seems to need enclosure on all sides before they can settle. You might think this is just a preference for warmth, but watch what happens when you offer them a heated bed in an open space versus a regular blanket in a confined area. Most choose confinement over temperature. Behavioral research into denning instincts reveals this behavior connects to something primal in canine psychology. Wild canines don't sleep in open fields. They seek out dens, small enclosed spaces where threats can only come from one direction, where the walls themselves provide protection. Your dog burrowing under blankets is creating a den substitute, manufacturing the enclosed security their biology craves. Studies from veterinary behaviorists show that dogs who burrow often have heightened sensory sensitivity. The pressure of blankets or cushions around their body provides what researchers call deep touch pressure, the same principle that makes weighted blankets calming for anxious humans. That pressure tells their nervous system where their body ends and the world begins, creating clear boundaries in a way that open space never can. When your dog burrows, especially if they only do it in certain situations like thunderstorms or when strangers visit, they're self-soothing through environmental control. They can't change what's happening outside their den, but they can change what reaches them inside it, filtering the overwhelming world through layers of fabric until it becomes manageable. Number 6. The sprawler. Watch the dog who sleeps like they're trying to take up maximum square footage, legs stretched in every direction, body flat against the cool floor, claiming as much real estate as physically possible. This isn't carelessness, it's thermoregulation mixed with confidence. Research into canine temperature management shows that dogs sprawl to maximize surface area contact with cool surfaces, allowing heat to dissipate from their body more efficiently than any curled position could achieve. But the temperature story is only half the picture. The sprawl position requires something the tight ball doesn't: certainty that no one will step on them, that their extended limbs won't be attacked, that the space they're claiming will remain theirs for the duration of their rest. Ethologists studying territorial behavior in domestic dogs note that sprawling in high-traffic areas of the home signals social confidence. Your dog isn't worried about being in the way because they trust you'll navigate around them. They're not concerned about protecting themselves because they've assessed the household and found no threats worth defending against. Studies from canine cognition labs reveal that dogs who sprawl in the presence of their owners but curl up when alone are showing you something specific. Your presence is what tips the scale from vigilance to relaxation. You're the variable that changes the equation. Without you, the environment requires monitoring. With you, it becomes a place where they can afford to let their guard dissolve completely, where they can sacrifice defensive readiness for the simple pleasure of a cool floor against an overheated belly. Number 7. The back-to-back position. Some dogs won't sleep facing you. They'll turn around and press their back against yours, or against another dog in the household, creating a two-way security system where each watches the other's blind spots. This behavior confuses owners who interpret it as rejection, but you're reading it backwards. Research into pack sleeping arrangements among wild canines shows this back-to-back configuration is actually the highest form of trust. When your dog gives you their back, They're trusting you to watch the space they can't see while they monitor the areas you're not covering. It's cooperative vigilance, a strategy that allowed wolf packs to sleep without leaving the group vulnerable to ambush. Both animals can rest more deeply because the collective awareness covers more ground than either could alone. Studies published in animal behavior journals demonstrate that dogs sleeping back-to-back with humans or other dogs show increased sleep duration and quality compared to dogs sleeping in isolation. The physical contact provides the nervous system benefits of touch, while the positioning satisfies an instinctual need for tactical awareness. When your dog turns their back to you at bedtime, they're not being aloof. They're showing you they trust you enough to stop watching you, to redirect their attention outward to potential threats, confident that you're stable, that you're reliable, that you're not the variable in the environment that requires monitoring. In pack dynamics, only trusted members earn that back position, because giving someone your back means betting your survival on their alertness. Every position your dog chooses is a sentence in a language they've been speaking since before you brought them home. The tight ball says they're still writing the story of whether safety is real or temporary. The side sleeper says they've decided the answer, and it's you. The belly-up dog is shouting their security loud enough for everyone to hear. The cuddler is syncing their biology to yours. The burrower is building safety when the world feels too big. The sprawler is claiming the space they've decided belongs to them. The back-to-back sleeper is making you their partner in survival. None of these positions are permanent. Your dog might curl tight after a vet visit and sprawl the next day after a perfect afternoon at the park. They're reading the environment constantly, adjusting their vulnerability based on what each moment requires. But the pattern over time tells you everything about the home you've created, about whether the bond you think you're building is the bond they're actually feeling. When your dog finally flops onto their side in the middle of your living room, legs stretched out, breathing deep and even, they're not just sleeping. They're showing you that everything you've done, every consistent routine, every gentle touch, every time you chose patience over frustration, it all added up to this: a nervous system that can finally stop protecting and start resting. If this changed how you'll watch your dog sleep tonight, share this video with someone who needs to see what their dog is really telling them. Subscribe to the channel, because understanding your dog isn't about training commands. It's about learning to read the language they've been speaking all along.